Hey everyone, I'm making a special dinner today. It's really not special, it's just really easy. It's a one pot spaghetti and I thought I'd show you how to do it. It's so easy and it's so good. I just like to make it because it's just one pot. All you gotta do is get your one pot out and add all the ingredients and you got a great easy dinner. So I've already added to my one pot ground beef, sausage, and onions. The recipe actually calls for Italian sausage. I don't like just Italian sausage, so I'm doing part Italian sausage and part ground beef. And I added an onion. That's what I've got going so far. I've got the eye turned on, and I'm just breaking up the meat so it can begin cooking. And I have added one clove of garlic. I'm going to add another. It actually calls for 3. So let me add 2 more garlic cloves right quick. There's the second one. Let's see how much good garlic I got out of that. I hope you're using fresh garlic. It's so easy to use when you have a good garlic press. And it just tastes really good. And it smells up the whole kitchen, which I like the smell. Squeeze in your 3rd garlic clove. Gosh, got lots of garlic. Oh, this is gonna be so good. So we're just gonna cook our ground beef, and if you have oil in your ground after you've if you have some oil in there after it's finished cooking, you want to drain it. So I'm gonna do that part and then we'll come back and finish up. Thanks so much. So my meat mixture is practically finished. It is, if you just wouldn't believe how good it smells in here with those 3 great big garlic cloves that I used. It's just amazing. I wanted to tell you before I got into the directions a little bit more, but use any large stock pot that you have. I'm using my Dutch oven. You can, if you have a stock pot of any kind, just as long as it's big enough to cook the spaghetti, because you're going to be cooking the whole 16 ounces of spaghetti. And you can see I have all my ingredients lined up out here, ready to go. My meat mixture's finished. I put that half pound of sausage and half pound of ground beef together in mine, and I added an onion, and I added 3 garlic cloves. I need to add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. And then we get all the ingredients added in, and we're gonna just let it cook. So here goes. 1 large can, it's a 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. Just pour that in. I had already drained my meat mixture. It didn't really have much grease on it, but I drained it off. We're gonna add some parsley. I've got a teaspoon of parsley and a teaspoon of basil. But I'd say that if you had some Italian seasoning that you like to use, I would use that instead of individual. It's up to you, but I put in a teaspoon of basil and a teaspoon of parsley. And then 32 ounces of chicken broth. And add that in. I don't see any problem with using beef broth if you have that. I think that would be fine. I've got a tablespoon of sugar, and that just counteracts that acidity or that acid in the tomatoes. 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. I want to give this a stir, and then we're going to add 1 box of spaghetti. 16 ounces of spaghetti. Okay, to all your mixture, you're going to add your spaghetti. It's a 16-ounce box of spaghetti. And the recipe calls for thin spaghetti. I think that works best. I've used fettuccine in it before. That's a little kind of a thick noodle for this, so I think we like the thin spaghetti the best. To my pot, I gotta break it up, so just put it in, break it up, or if your pot's big enough where you don't have to break it, just drop it in. I am going to put the whole thing in. The recipe actually only calls for 12 ounces, but it'll work with the whole 16 ounces. So we put the rest of it in. And then we have one more ingredient that I will add. But I'm not actually going to add it until the end. And it is red pepper flakes. So whenever it's finished, I will add some red pepper flakes. And I always like to put a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top too, but I don't do that until the end. So I'm going to let this cook until the spaghetti is done. And then I'll come back and show you how it looks. Okay, one pot spaghetti is ready. It looks delish. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of red pepper flakes. Not too many. I think it's about 1/4 of a teaspoon. I'm going to stir that in. And just give it a little bit of a kick every now and then. Every bite, not every bite, but every now and then when you get a bite of it, you get a little kick and it'll be even extra good. So let me put some on a plate and you can see how it looks. And I'm going to add a little Parmesan to my plate, and there you go. There you have one pot spaghetti, still steaming. So that's a dish that you can make in 30 minutes or less. It's one of those, when you have one of those nights where you need something really quick, and rather than running through McDonald's, go home and make a one pot spaghetti. It's very quick and very easy. Hope you try this recipe. Let us know what you think. Thank you.